Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plans. Today, I will be decorating my social media memories page using Posh Summer by Live Love Posh, some Shapes books by Mojo Jojo Plans, some stamps, and some boxes from Planner Kate. If you're interested, stick around and watch. All right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is remove the page from the book. I find that it's much easier, even when it's one page where I could fold it over, it just seems to me a little bit easier to just do this that way. So let me remove the page, and I am going to center it on this stage, so to speak. Let's move the sticker books away, and we have everything now ready to rock and roll. So I want to start by giving some credit to Elizabeth over at the Joyful Sojourn because she inspired the title for this page. Um, very recently, excuse me, very recently she did a video in her creative listing journal, and she used some shapes and also some stamps to create a title for the page. And I love that idea so much, and I didn't want to forget to use it, but more importantly, I didn't want to forget to give her credit. So I have some stamps here from um, Archer and Olive that I'm going to use, and the reason I chose these are the smallest stamps that would fit in the boxes that I have selected for this. And so the boxes that I'm going to be using in this sticker book are the smallest hexagons that there are. So you can see here, there's 2 pages of them in here. And actually, I'm also going to use some of the same exact hexagons from the rainbow shapes, because what I'm trying to do is to match up to the colors of the decor. So I'll show you what the decor is before that we do that. And the set that I've chosen is this beautiful tropical set. I'm all into the tropical sets right now. So it is really not that, it's that page. And that's it. I think it's only the one page. I thought there might be another page, but I must have used it already. So I'm going to make my life easier by taking the page out. My poor book is falling apart. This book is not new. It's been well loved over the years. So my pages keep falling out. The whole block has fallen out. It also lives upstairs with me in my craft room on the second floor in the house. Um, and because of that, it's gets the heat that we get up here. So I have my page here so that I have my colors handy. So as I pick my boxes, so let me start by getting the boxes off the let me think. Yes, I want to put the boxes first, then I'm going to stamp over them. Sorry, a little bit of thinking there involved. All right, and let's see. So we're gonna start. I thought um, this pink here was closest to this pink. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do the word memories. So we're gonna pick first a um, pink, and I'm going to just put them here just so that I have them handy. And then for the yellow, well, not for the yellow, for the E, I thought we could use maybe, trying to think which yellow. I think this could be an undertone, but this is really the better color of the two. So I might not end up using too many of the um, stickers here. I'm just placing them around. Then I need another M, and I think this green here is very similar to that green. So let's use that, or blue, green, or teal, whatever color you want to call it. Then we have O. So now let me go back here, and it would be nice if there were another pink, and I think there's a pastel. I think in the pastel books, so I'm gonna grab that. I'm sorry that I have to get up to go grab that book. But the pastel book definitely has a lighter pink, since there's a lighter pink in these flowers here. Um, and I'm terrible with flower names. So my apologies if you're a flower enthusiast and you're like, but you should know. I don't. I know roses, I know a few things, and that's about it. So let's get this lighter pink right here. MEMO. And then we're going back to now an R. And I think we can pull off an orange of some sort. Now I have everything here because I'm trying to just get them all together. And I don't think this book has an orange. No, this book does not have an orange. So I guess I will pull this orange right here. Um, and I might actually change my mind because I'm starting to not love the hodgepodge of color. For me, I think color is great, but you have to be comfortable with how it goes. Memori. I think this green I thought was a good sort of counterbalance for that green. So once I have all the colors selected, then I'll decide if I'm going to do something else. RIES. So, there's not very many more colors that I can really choose from at this point. I could use a lighter yellow. I don't have a lot of it. Do I have any more? I have one. Oh, I have plenty of them. So if I needed more. And then MEMORIE and then an S. And for that, can we pick out another tone that's here? I probably could get away with this. Sorry, and I've moved some of it off stage. Maybe this one right here, just to balance out kind of dark and light colors here. So now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I really do not love the hodgepodge of colors. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, and I'm going to hate it, so I'm going to hope that at some point I'll pick up another one of these sticker books, because that means I'm pretty much going to run out of these green ones. I definitely don't love the light pink. The orange I do like. Maybe that's the problem, is I'm trying to like go into too many color schemes, and I should just stick to the two bright color schemes and let that take care of it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I am going to add, we already have that. So let me go with the orange, then the green, then the pink, or red rather. Then I still need two more, the two that I got rid of. So let me see if I can pull something from here that will go. I already have the orange. I already have a red. All right, I'm gonna throw in a purple, I think, because again, we're talking about tones here, and I think what got a little bit crazy was that the tones started to be all over the place. So let's do the purple, even though it's not really a color in those stickers. And I am going to use this gold color here. So the gold from this book to finish up my letters. All right. The next thing, the next challenge, so to speak, is trying to make sure that these will fit across the page. Because if you look at a page of the, oops, that's the bigger one. You look at a page here, right? That's 7, and clearly it's a lot wider than what the page is. So I thought that perhaps instead of doing them horizontally, because I think it's not going to happen, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen, is that I could put my title vertically. But I wanted to just, since I'm pasting things on the surface, I might as well experiment. This is the great thing about, wait a minute, I got out of order. I started pulling things out of order. Okay, so I thought maybe I can figure it out here. Those are not making a fun sound when I'm removing them from the table, but that's okay. We're just trying to figure this out. And clearly, I can see that if I just do this, there's no way I'm going to fit them. So the question is, can I do this a little bit more, a little bit more, not random is not the right word, but whimsically. That's the thing I'm trying to do here. And see if can I position these 8 hexagons in a way to fit them all. And I'd have to put it like here. Yeah, there's not a chance, I don't think. And it's going to look very odd. So I think I'm going to just go with my initial instinct, which was to place them vertically, and it's still going to be a challenge, but at least I think I can make that work. I'm going to use the dots on this page to help me place the stickers. And again, I'm not going to commit just yet. This is when the wax paper trick would come in very handy. I just don't have any right now. Or in front of me. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the same exact thing I just did, but I'm going to do it on the side. So here I'm going to place this one like so. And this. It'd be nicer if I had a 2-page spread, but I don't, so I got to make this work with what I got. So let's see. I think this is going to work. Oops. I'm just trying to place them and get myself a sense of, will it all fit down the page? And I think it will. And I like them. I like the, what do you call it? The orientation. I like that orientation with the pointy end up. Oh, rather that goes on the other side, but that's okay. Okay, we know this is gonna work. So let's place it. Let's place it on the page, and you can't see it, so I'm gonna move it right back up to where this belongs, and I'm going to start placing my hexagons because we still have to do some stamping. All right, so we're gonna place the first one here all the way at the top. I'm gonna line it up with those dots like so. Then this one here. They're going to be very close because the idea is that it's supposed to be the word memories. So let's place them as close as we can in that pattern. And note, I'm still not committing. I know enough from having done things like this in the past that I may need to do some adjustment, and so I don't want to commit to putting them in their final spot until I know for a fact that they're going to fit. So while I'm trying to place these kind of straight, I'll tell you a little bit about how I use this page. So this is in my social media planner. And the way that I use this page is I do 3 different things from this page, depending on the month. And I try to like switch it up. So I use it as, this is in my social media planner. I should probably explain that again. And I have plenty of room. Now I see I can have plenty of room to put my letters down. I use this as a currently page. So what's happening currently with my social media and in social media. So it could be like, you know, there's a new launch or something like that, that sort of thing. Then I also use it as a favorites page. And so what am I loving out there? Whether it's my own social media or other people's social media, you know. And lastly, I use it as a memories page, and that's super crooked. Oh my God. So see, I have a ton of space. This is why I did not want to commit, because clearly I'm going to be able to make this work, and I'm going to be able to make this work. So, and not only that, but I have plenty of space. So now I can start committing, and then I can end up pulling that pinkish one from the top and moving it a little bit further down because I definitely have the space. So anyway, so this is going to be a memory. Oops. This is going to be a memories page about what's been happening this month in social media. I think my biggest memory from this month will probably be that I started a YouTube channel, and that you're right here watching. But all sorts of things that are happening that have happened this month or are happening this month. So I filled this out at the end of the month, and I don't have a specific plan. I just basically put however many boxes I can fit in, and I decorate it, and then from that, you know, that's what I'm going to put in here. If I need more space, I can put that in a journal or something like that. But here, it's just a matter of putting a few things that, I'm still going to be off from the top. I know that, but that's okay. That I find memorable about the month in social media. So, anyway, let's finish putting these in place. Um, and they're not very straight or anything like that, but that's not the point here. The point here is to just finish this up so we can get a move on this spread. I think this and the stamping are going to be the two most time consuming pieces of this. Once I have this title all squared away, then I'm just very quickly going to finish it off with adding some decorations and putting some boxes for writing those memories. So let's see. There's that. And the wax paper would have been very, very helpful today, but didn't think about it. And mostly because I don't use it. I try to go by eye. But with something like this, where there's a question about space and placement, it could be very, very useful. All right. We have our letters down. Oh my gosh. We have our boxes for our letters down. That one, the first one, the top one is the most crooked one. So let's try not to let it be so crooked. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I have my boxes for my letters, and I'm going to now put my letters. I have my letters here. I'm going to put them on blocks, and I have a ton of small blocks. I have no idea why. I thought I would have many more of the bigger blocks of the square ones because of the blocks that come in the Archer and Olive box stamp sets. Oh my goodness, it's too early in the morning for me to be doing this. So anyway, but no, I have a ton of little blocks, so I'm going to use them all. I have enough of them so that I can put all my letters and make the stamping process a little bit faster. Oh, I'm going to use this long one. I'm going to use that one last. My letters. So anyway, so I have a lot of blocks, which is great. I think my Stamp obsession started a few years back. Actually, let me backtrack here for you. Way back when, before I was a decorative planner and whatnot, I've always been very crafty, and over time, I collected a bunch of stamps on wood blocks. I had probably, I'd say, about 50 of them, which is not a lot for for serious oh, that's right, I don't have another E. For serious stampers, but for me it was a lot. I was living in an apartment, so that sort of thing. And then I moved to a much smaller place, and I silly me, or not silly me, at the time it made perfect sense. I gave away all of my crafting stuff. I kept only one thing, and that was, I think it was beading stuff, which I still have to this day because I was into jewelry at the time. So I gave away all of my crafting stuff, and so I had I kept one or two stamps. Then a few years ago, I discovered, not a few years ago, a while back, I discovered decorative planning. And then at one point, somebody had a stash, and I want to say there were probably like 15 sets or so of stamps that they were selling at a really good price, and it included all of the sets that Happy Planner put out at one point. So I got all of them, and that pretty much got me right back into the whole idea of stamping. And I'm going to move the page. I'm sorry for that, but I need to have these closer to me so that I can see where I'm going. So that got me back into stamping, and part of that particular purchase included a ton of bricks. So I want to say there were probably 5 or 6, well, not a ton, but it included bricks that I could use. So I was well set on my journey to use stamps. And then I have bought a few sets since then, which is how I ended up with a ton of tiny little ones, or sets of blocks, I should say. Let's get that E in place. I'm going to have to use that M and that E again. So in fact, I'm going to use the M right now. So let's get this all squared away. And I did not do what you're supposed to do with new stamps, which is you're supposed to prime them. I always forget to do it. So far it hasn't been a disaster, but I have to keep that in mind going forward. Oh, and I'm just going to put these on a cleaning, um, what do you call it? Surface, when I'm done, because I don't have time to stop and clean them all. But the surface is already prepped for cleaning, so it should be easy. I love this. I wish I could do this every time when I have like stamping individual letters, but that doesn't always work. And in particular, I don't have very many small alpha stamps, so we work with what we got. All right, so the I, the E, excuse me, and S, the largest of the blocks that I got. And that just saves me a little bit of time here so that then we can wrap up this spread pretty quickly. All right, so we have our title. And again, thank you, Elizabeth, for the idea of using stamps and in shapes in boxes. I love it. She did, it's beautiful. You have to go check out her video. She actually ended up putting dotted lines inside the boxes, which was beautiful and whimsical and perfect for her spread. All right, so we have the word memories. So now this is going to come together fairly quickly from here. I don't know where I put that page of, okay, I still have my boxes. And I figured since this is so colorful that the boxes I'm going to use are not going to be that colorful. In fact, they're black and white. So I'm going to start with this beautiful corner sticker. And I did not bring my tools nearby, but that's okay. I think this one is easy enough. So let's put the corner sticker in the corner. And let's get it all nice and straight right here. Like so. Right? And I missed the end, the right side of the corner. That's okay. At this rate, I want to make sure. I want to put. Let's see. I'm gonna put probably 6 boxes. I think 6 boxes are more than enough. So next, I want to use. I think I want to use this beautiful parrot here with the plumeria. Is it plumeria? I think it's plumeria. Oh my gosh, I remembered. And hibiscus. Hibiscus. Problem with hibiscus for me, remembering that word, which is a very simple word, but is that I know that flower by its Spanish name, and so I forget. I keep forgetting that it's called hibiscus. Every once in a while, I'll remember, like this morning. All right, I love that there. It could fit a little bit better there in that corner, but that's okay. So we still have plenty of space. I have another corner sticker, corner-ish sticker that I can use. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And it's this one right here. And see, it's, I'm going to flip this. Sorry about that. Upside down. It has a straight border, but the top is a straight border. The side is not. So that one lined up with the top border, the border that it does have. Okay. Like so. And then once again, sorry about that. I'm going to flip this one more time. And let's see. We have room for more boxes. Or for more decoration. Maybe, maybe. But first, I'm going to use actually one of those bricks that I did not use to see if I can flatten these stickers a little bit, just because they look more vibrant when there are no air bubbles. That's another thing I think that Elizabeth taught me. I've been enjoying her channel very much lately. Can you tell? But anyway, let's flatten this all out beautifully like that so that you can see the colors as nicely as possible. I'm probably going to end up touching up that E. I don't love how that came out. It's a little bit faded, but everything else came out pretty good. So I'm happy about that. Let's start putting down some boxes. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with these boxes. I'll put one here like so. And let's try to get these straight, shall we? Okay, one right here. I just love the fact that that washy effect of these boxes is kind of cute. So I'm going to put one here and put them a little bit sort of staggered. What I might end up doing is I might end up putting flowers on this side and calling it a day. So about 6 boxes, I said, right? So 6 boxes should be more than enough for social media memories for this month. So there were other boxes that I looked at, but I don't know. I left the whimsy of the. I might not be able to fit 6 now that I look at it. Of the washi strip or whatever you want to call that at the top, the tape strip. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit 6. Well, I can. I do have. These are repositionable, which is one of the things I love about Planner Kate stickers. So if I actually put these a little bit closer, and again, I forgot my tools, but I don't want to get up to get the tools right now because I want to wrap this up. Let's see. Yeah, I can just put them a little bit closer, and then you know what? These were fine. These were perfectly fine. What I need to do rather is, well, this one was perfectly fine. I need to move this one a tiny bit and then have them be the same distance from each other. And then this can move down a bit like so. And that should perhaps give me enough room to add a 3rd box on the right side. So I'm going to put this a little bit further out like so. All right. And that's not even remotely straight. So I do realize that. I'm going to fix that momentarily. Getting things straight on the dots. People tell you the dots are great and helpful. They don't help me. I still have trouble getting things nice and straight on the page. So that's probably a me thing. Oops, that's too low. So we want it right about here. That's a me thing and not a sticker problem or a defect or anything. All right, that's a little bit better. And I think that will allow me to put a 6 box right here. And then I still have plenty of room to put a few more pieces of stickers or decor. So I really do love the idea of sort of framing this whole thing with flowers. So I'm going to attempt that. And then we're going to call this a day. So let's see. Yep, because then I can just trim the excess, but have all the flowers here. I will do that a little bit better with my block in a moment. I think this one will kind of fit right. Oh, maybe not. I fit this one here and not overlap it. It's too big. All right, since it's too big, I put it back. And then I have even fewer stickers to work on another spread. This one is much bigger, so that doesn't help either. Let me think about this. That's going to stay there. There's no question about it. All right, so I think what's going to have to happen is I'm going to lose a lot more of this sticker, but this is the one that really belongs there. And we're just going to overlap it and cut the half of the sticker off the page. Actually, I'll reuse that at some point. So let's do that. Right, they're both going to come together. Okay. And then last but not least, and I'm going to think about this before I do it. Actually, I have extras of those boxes, so if I mess this up, I have a do-over. Is I thought maybe putting some tape because now those look so white to me that I thought, okay, maybe if we put some colorful tape. And I thought I could do that with some mild liners. Let's see. I'm going to start with the top one and see what happens. I'm just going to put some color on the dots actually on this one because it's a lot and I'm not very fast or very good at coloring with mild liners. But just a tiny bit of color, I think, kind of helps. So let's see. So that the boxes look like they belong, right? Yeah, I think I like that. I like that idea of just coloring that, coloring those dots in so that they look like they were selected, that these boxes were selected because they're, coordinating kind of thing. All right, I don't have red, so I'll go straight to, and I also don't have dark green, so I'll go straight to orange, which kind of looks like red now because it's so small and concentrated, so that's okay. Right, see that. And then we're going to use this teal. I think the other thing I can do, but I'm not going to do that on camera because we've been going long enough, is I can use the colors, the same colors, to put a line inside the boxes because I don't care if I write over lines. Lines are not as important. So let's see. I already did yellow. Well, I'll do yellow again, but there's a pink. There's this pink. That is that plumeria kind of color. I think that's a plumeria. Please let me know in the comments if that's not a plumeria. Which one am I talking about? The little pink and yellow flower. Because that's the name that popped into my head, but I have a feeling I might be completely wrong about that. All right. Yeah, that definitely adds a little something there that wasn't there before. So, and this green will look dark green in the dots. So not so much when I draw the lines. But all right, I think we are done for now. My instinct is I want to draw. I want to put those lines in, but I'm very nervous about screwing them up. All right. Well, again, I have extras of these stickers, so if I screw this one up, I'm going to use this darker green, which I should have spotted earlier. But do that. Oh my gosh, it looks almost like that. Kind of funny. Let's see if it works. It just looked a little bit too pale. That was my hair. So one of my hair is making a... Oh, and then the orange one ended up right next to the orange box. That's okay. I can move these. That's what repositionable stickers are for. And then the purple... I just think it's looks a little bit more cohesive with the extra bit of color there. And it's not so colorful that it makes me, want to cover my eyes kind of thing. All right. And last but not least, our yellow. Get the yellow box drawn up. And I'm going to switch, let's see, I'm going to switch the yellow and the orange. And that way, get that yellow out. Okay, I'll put it right here, kind of straight. And this one right here. That one's definitely not straight. That's what I love about these stickers, that you can just move them as many times as you need to and the sticker remains sticky. So one more time, I ended up using the, and of course now I have misplaced the sticker book. Okay, here we go. Posh Summer by Live Love Posh. Some of the shape sticker books from Mojo Jojo Plans. Some stamps from the Archer and Olive, the latest stamp set in the subscription box. And last but not least, some My Liners. And truly last but not least, if I can find the page, these boxes from Planner Gate. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.